Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to my channel. So today I'm doing another story time video. I haven't done one of these for a while, but you guys love them, so I wanted to bring you another one. So this story time, oh my gosh, this is burned into my memory, unfortunately. But I just thought it would be so funny because I think a lot of people might be able to relate on this one. This was my babysitting nightmare story. So if this is the first video you're seeing of mine, hello and welcome to my channel. I would love for you to click that subscribe button and join the family. We have so much fun here and I promise you don't want to miss out, so go ahead and do that. So yeah, if you guys want to hear my horrible nightmare, just horrible babysitting experience, just keep on watching. Okay, so backstory, I was a babysitter. That was like my first job, I guess. I nannied a lot of kids in the summertime. I would have different hours. I had a whole bunch of different families that I worked with, and I would watch their kids for various days, a lot of times during the summer, and then that was kind of like my part-time job before I was old enough to get a real job. I started babysitting very young. I was a very mature kid, I suppose. I have always loved kids. I just love being around them. They are so vibrant and full of energy. I don't know, kids and babies, just love them. So I was a babysitter for a very long time before I got my first job, and I just loved it. It was one of my favorite things to do, just to hang out with kids and do kid things. I never ever had any experience like this one that I'm about to tell you. This was like a one-time thing, and it was a really off day too, because the kids normally, there was two little girls. They were so sweet and so precious and normally didn't give me any trouble at all, but this one particular day, I don't know what went haywire. I cannot remember how old I was. I know I was not old enough to drive yet because the family came and picked me up and brought me back to the house to watch their kids. So I don't remember my exact age, but I do know for sure that I was not old enough to drive yet. So their ages were, I want to say 6 and 4. So I don't even really know where to start because it just like progresses so quickly and gets so crazy. But okay, so I guess I get over there. I could tell there was a little bit of tension going on. Like the dad was the one who came and picked me up, and this was a family friend too. So my parents were really good friends with these people. So the dad came and picked me up and we went back to the house and, you know, just kind of gave me the rundown, let me know how long they were going to be gone. It was during the day. So the girls were supposed to take a nap at whatever time it was. I can't remember now, it's been so long, but so they were supposed to take a nap at a certain time and then they were gonna wake up and then, you know, I'd be there to watch them. So shortly after I got there, they took their naps. The littlest girl didn't really want to take her nap that well. She was in her room and was kind of fussy, I could tell, but I was instructed to just leave them in, and now being a mom myself, I totally understand why, because it's like as soon as you go in there, they're not gonna wanna go back to sleep. So I was instructed to just let them cry and whine until they fell asleep. So that's what I was told to do, so that's what I did. When I would babysit, I would always like just, you know, clean up so that it was really nice whenever the parents got home. So while they were napping, I went in and did some dishes and just kind of wiped some stuff down after they had their snacks, like right before they went to bed. So I just went in and got the kitchen real clean. I picked up all their toys, and obviously they were gonna drag them out again after, you know, they got up from their nap, but I just made it as nice and tidy as possible so that I'd have less to do later. The nap part's kind of boring. Like I said, I just did some cleaning. So they got up from their nap, and the older girl was really cranky for some reason, and so she came out and they said that they were going to be able to watch a little bit of TV. So they came out and kind of as they were waking up, they watched some shows. The little girl woke up with a ton of energy. So the older girl was just kind of hanging out on the couch and she ended up falling asleep on the couch. So the younger girl comes back out and she acts like she's tired too. So she's just kind of like lounging around, and then all of a sudden she gets this burst of energy. I have no idea where it came from. She goes into the kitchen and gets into the fridge and she pulls out this like big tub of icing, like, you know how you buy at the store, it's just in the, you know, the pre-made icing that you buy in the tub. So she pulled that out, and, you know, obviously the parents gave me a list of like what they could have for snacks, what they could have for their meal or whatever. Obviously icing was not on the list. I told her, I was like, can you put that back? You know, we're not supposed to eat that. If you want a snack, I can get you something different. She just wanted that icing so bad, and she was like, no, and started throwing a tantrum. And I was like, here, let me get you some whatever it was, I don't know, carrots and dip or something healthy. So I started to get a snack out for her. I was trying to just like take her mind off of the icing. She had put it back, but she was throwing a tantrum, and I was like trying to get her snack together as quickly as possible. So I brought it back out into the room where the other girl had actually fallen asleep. So I was like, just sit here and hang out for a minute, just, you know, wake up, have your snack, watch watch a show. She just was having no part of it. So she gets up, runs into the kitchen, and opens up the fridge again, and I tried to put it on a higher shelf to where she couldn't reach. She started climbing on the little drawers that you pull out and was like bound and determined to get this icing. So she got it, and she's a little, you know, tiny little thing, so she's running quick. I couldn't get to her. She runs and locks herself in the bathroom. I was like, what in the heck am I supposed to do? Like, I had no idea. I've not been trained on this. So I was in there, like, not yelling at her, but I was like, okay, you've got to come out. You can't have that icing. I was like, please open up the door, and she just would not do it. And so I started to pull out the I'm gonna call your parents if you don't do this card. She was like, I don't care, it's worth it. It's so yummy. And so she was just in the bathroom eating this tub of icing, which was pretty full. It looked like they had barely used any of it. I don't know if it was like for a cake or if they had been using it for something different, but it was already opened. And I mean, I would say it was probably 3/4 of the way full. I literally told her, I was like, I'm calling your dad right now if you don't come out of the bathroom. Didn't care. She's like, I don't care, call him. There's nothing he can do. Would not come out. I did the count to 1, 2, 3 thing. That didn't work. Meanwhile, her sister, bless her, is just in there like sleeping on the couch. So I get on the phone. I start calling her dad. She hears me talking to her dad, so of course she comes out. The icing is completely gone. The tub was gone. So now she is hyped. She is bouncing off the walls, running around. She ate a whole tub of icing herself. Tiny little thing. I mean, like I said, 4-year-old, and she's just running wild at this point. The dad was like, okay, well, you know, they were just kind of out running errands. I don't think it was like they were anywhere specific, so he was like, well, I'll, you know, come home or whatever. So the dad was on the way home. This girl's running wild, just dragging stuff out. So I was trying to clean up while she was dragging stuff out, make it look like it wasn't so much of a tornado that just, you know, destroyed their house. I mean, I had done this for them for a very long time, so it's not like this was the first time I was ever watching their kids. So I know that they know that I take cleanliness and taking good care of the kids really, you know, it's really important to me, I guess is what I'm trying to say. Like I said, she's bouncing off the walls. I'm keeping an eye on her, but her sister's still sleeping. This was the part that just got me. I mean, the icing thing was one thing. That was like, oh my gosh, what do I do? Really, the only thing that was gonna work was to call the dad, but you know, this part was just the part that I was like, oh my gosh. And I'm not even kidding. Like after this, I literally stopped babysitting because I just couldn't handle it. She went out, got on the couch while her sister was sleeping, peed in her face. This little girl is so hyped. She doesn't even care. She thinks it's hilarious. She literally just peed in her sister's face. So her sister wakes up and she's screaming and crying. She has pee all over her. Meanwhile, this other kid's just running around like a rampage, just thinking she's so funny. And I'm just like losing my mind at this point. I was like, oh my gosh, I've never experienced anything like this before. Like I said, I wasn't old enough to drive, so I was like sub 16 years old. Like I said, I was pretty mature, but that's one of those things that you're like, how in the world am I supposed to handle this right now? So basically what I did, I literally picked this girl up. She had no pants on at this point because she had just peed on her sister's face and like chucked her pants somewhere else. I was like, you're going to sit on your bed until your dad comes home. I didn't lock her in her room, but I put her in her room and like closed the door, and she was in there like screaming and crying, but there was really nothing she could do in there. She was just playing with her toys at that point. And so I'm like trying to get her sister cleaned up. She has like pee all over her. So I take her sister in the bathroom. I'm trying to like wipe her off and like get her into the shower and like wash her hair for her. Just about the time we're done washing her hair, her dad gets home, and the little girl, the 6-year-old's crying to her dad. Her dad picks her up, tries to comfort her. I'm explaining what was going on between the time I was on the phone with him and he got home, and he just could not believe it. He felt so bad. He just kept apologizing and apologizing. You know, went in there and was like reprimanding the little girl, like trying to somewhat discipline her. As a parent, I don't know what in the world I would do if I came home and somebody was telling me that my kids had done that to a babysitter. And like I said, it's not like they were just testing me out because it was my first time. Like I had nannied for them like literally the whole summer. This was towards the end of the summer. And I don't know what was going on, but he just kept saying sorry and just kept apologizing me and paid me like way more than he ever paid me. So, I mean, that was kind of nice because I obviously had to deal with that. So it was nice that he like paid a little bit more. I mean, I was not expecting it whatsoever. I just kind of felt bad for him at that point, but Oh my gosh, the little girls got in so much trouble. I was telling the dad this. I was like, I'm so sorry. I had no idea how to handle this. He's like, no, everything you did is what I would have wanted you to do. He's like, I just can't believe this happened. He was asking questions like, okay, so how long did they sleep? Just kind of remembering back on it, I want to say it was like a pretty short nap. So I'm thinking that maybe they just really didn't sleep enough and so they were just cranky. I mean, obviously the older girl was like sleeping again on the couch, and so I'm wondering if the younger girl just, her sleep cycle was messed up or something. I have no idea. So anyway, that was my crazy babysitting story. I really have never had anything like that happen to me. I babysat tons of kids, tons of different families, never had anything happen like that to me except for that one time. And I said I stopped babysitting after that. I did kind of like babysit here and there, but I stopped nannying because I was just like, too much. So that was kind of my story. Let me know, do you guys have any crazy babysitting stories yourself? On my other story time videos, I love that you guys are sharing your stories on that topic in the comment section down below. So if you have any crazy babysitting experiences, leave me your comment down below. I would love to read through and kind of see what you guys have experienced if you've been a babysitter before. But that was it for this story time. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel so you don't miss out on any of my future uploads. And I will see you guys next time. Love you. Bye.